is the Business Breakfast on the UAE's #1 talk radio station.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
Right, supermarkets very much to the fore at the moment, given the supply chain pressures that they are feeling. We've spoken to several of them, but an absolute pleasure to speak to the team now from Grandiose. Grandiose Supermarket was born back in late 2016 with a bold vision to redefine the supermarket experience. Fast forward 10 years to 2026, and Grandiose with over 45 stores and counting, and of course a number of other projects along the way as well, but all at the same time promising that quality beyond the supermarket aisles. Let's see how they are faring with supply chain disruptions through the current, over the course of the last couple of weeks. We'll speak to the Chief Executive Officer and Grandiose Food Division, Mussaab Aboud, who's been kind enough to join us live on the line. Mussaab, really appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Good morning. How are you? Thank you, Jennifer, also.
We're really well. Just before we get on to the current situation, Mussaab, let's just talk about Grandiose and its extraordinary growth over the course of the last 10 years. I mentioned over 45 stores now. The expansion plan, has that been affected at all, given what's happened in the last 5 weeks?
Yeah, of course. Our expansion plan has never changed, and we are expanding, and we are still looking for new locations, and our vision is still as is, regardless of what's going on.
How do you sort of set yourself? It's very competitive, as we well know, the supermarket and the convenience store infrastructure and situation here. How does Grandiose set itself apart from the competition?
See, Tom, we have entered the market 8 years ago as a different player. I mean, like, we are not traditional supermarket anymore. We are more like a destination to offer you multiple concepts at the same time. And it's not about FMCG products. It's about also the fresh that we offer and about the food that we have as live food in preparation in our stores. So that's how we actually differentiate ourselves in the market.
Let's talk about the current situation, if we can, Mussaab, because, as you said, you're an established brand, you're a respected brand by your clients and customers. What is going on at the moment in terms of the demands that you are facing, given the current regional circumstances? How are you dealing with it?
See, Tom, we promote ourselves as like local grown or local established brand or business. So as of today, we give a huge support on the local produced items or products. So nowadays, this is actually going in a benefit for us, as we have more than 2,400 products that already produced in the UAE that we sell inside the Grandiose. So there is a little bit of disruption, but when we talk about like what the Grandiose is offering and how much it's giving to the local community and how much it's giving to the local producers. So actually, this is a benefit for us, and it's not disturbing us as much.
In terms of, there are products that you are reliant on bringing into the country. Love the fact that you've got that the reliance on all of the locally developed and grown products. But what about the supply network disruption? How are you and the team at Grandiose working through that?
See, as of today, we are like a group of businesses under the umbrella of Mussaab Aboud Holding. One of the sister companies is Galiga, which is our logistic company. It supports us a lot when it comes to the speeding up the process of bringing the products, finding different ways of getting the products inside the country. So we're finding like different ways of bringing the products, either like through land from Saudi Arabia or from the neighbor countries where it's possible to bring the products. So, and of course, our suppliers, they are working always with finding new solutions and new ways of bringing the products. And definitely UAE is always supporting when it comes to the food security, when it comes to the import of products from outside, as like their food security program is one of the best, and as they're also like the infrastructure of the logistics is one of the best if you compare with like rest of the world.
Have you?
So
Sorry,
we have a little bit of disruption. That's what I want to mention. But of course, we are overcoming all these issues and hassles.
And you're dealing with those. You're providing solutions. Just wondering though, in terms of your loyal customers, have you noticed any changes in consumer behaviour recently?
Yeah, definitely. First of all, we all know that there is now panic buying, or it happened before, but it's still going on, but on a lower scale than the beginning of the month or beginning of March, sorry. But as of today, the customer's behavior went towards having like long shelf life items, which is the rice, pastas, canned food. Of course, there is like a little bit or a slightly different behavior than what we used to see before. But we are ensuring that our customers, we have the products whenever they want, it's there for them, and we are there for them. But yeah, that's what we see nowadays from the customer's behavior point of view.
Let's talk prices if we can, Mussaab. Obviously, we've seen the supply network disruption, but equally the petrol and diesel prices going up just a couple of days ago. Are these impacting you in terms not just of delivery, but also pricing? Will we see costs passed down to consumer?
That's right. Yeah. So basically, the increase of fuel and what's going on, it's actually affecting a little bit when it comes to the prices, especially for the products that are imported from outside. As I already mentioned, our reliance is more into the local market or in the local market. But yeah, like now whenever like we have an order from outside of the country, there is an increase in the price, and definitely we get the product at the end of the day. But we're trying to absorb this cost as Grandiose. We're trying to absorb this increase and make sure like when we reflect it to the market, we reflect it in a very healthy way. We send it back to the market, not as like a huge increase in prices. So as a brand, or as Grandiose, we are trying to always maintain our relationship with the customer. It's not about profit in the end of the day, more like it's about how you can build a loyalty and trust with the customer.
I know that you are community first driven, Mussaab, and as a group as a whole as well. So what's your message to your customers, to families out there with regards those that might be a little bit worried about food supplies and rising costs? What's your message to your customers?
See, I'm going to say it in two different ways or two different points. First of all, there is absolutely no need for panic buying. Products are available. Of course, the UAE is supporting us. Still, everything is normal. There is no issues. We have the availability of products. The first part of it is that as a Grandiose, we promise our customers always to bring them the products. We keep the service, and we make sure that we are there for them whenever they need it. Whatever support that it's needed, we are there. We consider ourselves like part of the UAE community, part of the society. We are here to support the local market and to support the people in UAE. So definitely from our end, we promise our customers to always have whatever is needed, and we always have like full shelves. And we always have products. And of course, that's what we already do now, as we have like already stock laying, waiting for like the shelf to empty so we can refill. So definitely and absolutely, there is no need for panic buying, and there is no need to be concerned or afraid about anything.
Mussaab, can't thank you enough for your time this morning. Thanks for keeping the shelves stocked at the moment during uncertain times. Big thanks to you and your team at Grandiose. That's Mussaab Aboud, who is the Chief Executive Officer, Grandiose Food Division, joining us live here on the Business Breakfast and giving us an update on how Grandiose are dealing with the situation at the moment.